Hello my dear friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Barbara, and today we're going to be looking at the Aquarius moon. So very excited to be getting into this particular placement. This video is for you if your moon sign is in the sign of Aquarius. If you're a cross watcher, welcome as well. So the moon sign in our natal chart is all about our inner world, who we truly are deep down inside, who we are on an emotional level, and how we react to things emotionally. It also deals with the mother, so the type of mother you had or wanted to have when you incarnated into this lifetime. And it also deals with some of our past lives sometimes. So we'll be getting into all of these things. The Aquarius moon, you guys are very detached, okay? So with Aquarian energy, the name of the game is detached, highly psychic, and ahead of your time, okay? You guys are very much ahead of your time. Aquarian energy in general, especially in the moon sign, you guys tend to be 10 to 15 years ahead of your time. So you guys will notice things that you have ideas to do, maybe years down the road, people start to do them. You guys are trendsetters. You guys are very much unique. You want to be individual. You want to be separate from the crowd. So this is what tends to happen with the Aquarius moon is like, on an emotional level, you guys just have the desire to be different, but to be acknowledged for that difference. So what tends to happen is we do bounce off of our opposition. Some people say we're meant to master the opposition in this lifetime, okay? So for you guys, the opposition to Aquarius is Leo. You guys are bouncing off the Leo energy. So for you guys, it's like you guys want the attention that Leo wants, right? But for you guys, you want to be recognized secretly, again, on an emotional level, right? Because it's like behind the scenes. It's on an emotional level is like whether you're expressing it to the world or not. So secretly, okay, on an emotional level, you guys want to be recognized for your difference, for being different, for being quirky, for being individual, for being eccentric. Like you guys want that recognition, right? So this is the thing with the Aquarian energy. It's like Aquarius and Leo, you guys go about basically expressing yourselves creatively in different ways. With the Aquarius moon, it could be through the way you dress. A lot of the time, okay, you're going to have eccentric style, different style, very quirky, very ahead of your time. You guys might notice, again, you could be trendsetters. You guys could be doing things ahead of the crowd. You could get ideas, again, even for like the way that you dress. It could be things that are, again, ahead of your time is really what that is. And then 10 to 15 years down the road, everybody's doing it. Now everything's happening faster, so it could be a little bit of a shorter period of time, right? But this is really what it is. So you guys catch the trend. You guys are able to then excel in this way. So for example, like people who have an Aquarian moon, you guys could be interested in things like science, technology, even fashion industry a lot of the time, because it's things that are futuristic, okay? So you guys have all these great ideas, and what you're basically meant to do is learn to act on them, okay? So that's a huge thing with the Aquarian moon energy is like, you guys have ideas and you guys are meant to learn to act on them, because what tends to happen is like things that come very naturally to us, we think that everybody can do them, but not everybody can do them. So when you get an idea, that's a gift from the divine, okay? So it could be an idea for a new invention or for a new trend or for some sort of new science thing or a theory or whatever within the world of science, right? So you guys are psychic in this way. You guys are very much about the mind, because again, it's an air sign. So you guys get ideas coming through the crown chakra, and you're meant to act on these ideas. And then again, you'll notice maybe an idea you had down the road, it ends up happening, right? It ends up happening, and it's like, you know, you guys are probably like, well, that was my idea, but you never act on it, because that's kind of how ideas work. They float around in the astral until someone acts on them. So you guys just pick up on it ahead of time. Highly psychic, highly intuitive in that way. You guys are very like ET-like. So you could be interested in things like ufology, ETs, interdimensionals, things that are out of this world. That's literally like the energy with the Aquarian energy. And that's why a lot of the time you guys are detached, especially on an emotional level. Like you guys aren't like the water signs, for example, right? Water moons, water moon signs. You guys aren't like them. You guys are very detached emotionally, but there is a deep level like of desire where you guys want to be understood. So that's really what happens with the Aquarius moon. It's like, even though you guys come off detached, okay, you guys still want to find someone to connect with, but in that eccentric way. Because a lot of the time you guys are going to be very unconventional in your views and your beliefs, because again, your ideas are from the future. You guys could have even incarnated from the future into this lifetime. That might resonate with some of you guys, right? So for you guys, very much ahead of your time. So you guys probably aren't going to be interested in things like conventional relationships. You're not going to connect with people emotionally in that way, and you need space. So if you guys are able to find partners in relationships, friendships, friend groups, all these sorts of things where they allow you guys to have the space to be free, to be on your own, to be separate, to be individual, this is going to be great. If you guys do manifest a water moon into your life that's possessive and tries to hold on to you for dear life, That's not happening. You guys are going to leave, right? So you guys probably aren't going to be interested in these types of things. It depends on the rest of your chart naturally, but this is what's happening on an emotional level. You guys need to have a certain level of space, a certain level of detachment. You guys are interested in, like, again, unconventional things. So it could be things like, for example, like, let's say you're dating someone long term. You guys could be interested in things that are long distance, right? You're like, okay, we see each other sometimes. We could date other people like in the city that we're with, like this type of stuff, right? Or it could be things like, again, a long-term relationship where you guys aren't living together, right? Where it's like, okay, I need my space, you can be in your space. Like this type of energy, like that's very much Aquarian moon. Obviously depends on the rest of the chart, but it's like ultimately you guys want to be free emotionally, and you guys want to be able to express yourselves and to be individuals. So that's really what happens with the Aquarius moon also, is like you guys basically want to, again, be recognized for your individuality, but be different than the crowd. So what tends to happen is like you guys pick up on a trend and you do that trend, and then everybody starts to do it and you're like, I don't want to do it anymore, right? Like it's not cool. It's not like you guys are thinking this, like you're not being like, I'm better than this. It's just like you want to be separate, you want to be different, right? So it's like you do it, everyone comes to you, okay, starts to do it, and you're like, okay, well now it's on to the next thing, and then you guys do the next trend and the next trend and the next trend. That's kind of how it works. Also, Aquarius energy does deal with the 11th house. So it could be things with like the internet, okay? Aquarius moon, you guys could be very into the internet. So like having an online business, working online, meeting people online, that could be very Aquarian moon energy. Anything to do with things like crypto, like anything to do with, again, these devices, technology, all these things that basically propel the collective forward, because that's what Aquarius moon energy is about, okay? So you guys are full of ideas, and like these ideas that come through are basically meant to propel the collective forward, because Aquarius energy is the 11th house. It deals with large groups of people. So it's like, even though you guys want to be different from the crowd, you guys still bring people together in this way. So you guys are basically here to have some sort of idea come through and propel the collective forward. Okay, so whether it's an invention, whether it's science, whether it's technology, most of the time it is in this world, but sometimes it can be fashion. Sometimes it can be psychic. Okay, some of you guys could be interested in working as psychics, but more so like people with Aquarian energy in their chart, again, are into like ETs, interdimensionals, this type of stuff. So you guys could have contact or whatever, however it might manifest for you guys. You guys could just be interested in reading about it, learning about it, talking about it, right? So the Aquarian moon energy can really manifest itself in a lot of different ways. But that's the thing. You guys want to be different, separate from the crowd. You guys are very detached energetically, emotionally, especially. And like I mentioned, water moons are just, I don't know, for you guys. Like you guys need to be able to be free, do your own thing. Like if you guys can find someone, or friends rather, where it's like they allow you to be free, it's gonna work. But like you guys probably might notice, like growing up, you probably never belonged to like a friend group, or maybe you never had like a best friend. You guys were probably always like the floater person, right? Where it's like you had a lot of friends, a lot of different friends, but it's like you guys still kind of did your own thing, or you guys could have even been a loner. Or even now to this day, you guys could be loners as well, right? Or still part of a lot of different groups, but not part of one group. You guys can't do that. You guys can't do that whole like, you know, 3 best friends forever, or 2 best friends forever, or 1 partner forever. Like, again, depends on the rest of your chart. Some of you guys might want this, but you guys really need people in your life who allow you to be free. So you could be quote unquote forever with these people, but it needs to be some sort of unconventional energy where it's like they allow you to have space, they allow you to be detached, and all these sorts of things. But again, you guys connect with people on an intellectual level. It's all about mental stimulation. It's all about ideas. It's all about thinking about the future, all these sorts of things, right? So this is really what's happening with the Aquarius moon energy. If people don't like vibe with you in that way, you're not interested. You're going to be on to the next thing, right? Very much detached energy, ahead of your time, and all these sorts of things. So it's like, it's interesting because you guys do connect people, but you guys still might feel like you're out of place. This is really the Aquarian energy, because you guys are, in a way, you're very like just ahead of your time, futuristic. It's almost like ET, like I mentioned, you guys could be actually coming from the future back, right? So this could be a huge energy, and you guys could feel like this, like even if you are, let's say, at an event. I keep psychically seeing an event, so you guys could be at a huge networking event. There could be so many people there, but again, you guys feel like you don't fit, right? You guys feel like you don't fit in with these people. Well, again, because you're ahead of your time. And that's just kind of something that happens throughout your life. You're just always going to be ahead of your time because you guys are open psychically in that way. So whether you guys act on it or not, because psychic like information isn't just doing readings for people. It is getting those ideas. That's psychic information, right? So you guys could be psychic in that way. So for you guys, the type of mother that you guys could have wanted as you guys were growing up could have been a mother that was, again, allowing you guys to have space, accepting you guys for who you are. What tends to happen, we tend to get the exact opposite, unfortunately, because that's where there's the most amount of growth. So you guys could have had a mother that was, again, maybe even critical of you guys, not allowing you guys to express your individuality, not allowing you guys to express yourselves creatively, maybe like critical in that way where it's like, why are you being like that? Don't act like that. That's strange. Like these sorts of things. And it's like through time, like you guys can learn how to like be like everybody else, right? But very much ahead of your time. This is the Aquarian energy. Like you guys are just always going to stand out. You're just always going to be different. And again, there's an aspect of you that wants to be acknowledged for that. So that's what tends to happen with the dynamic with the mother. And then again, there could have been like even a mother that was cold and just detached in that way, where it's like, you know, just like not present in that way. So that's what tends to happen with the Aquarius moon as well. So that's really what it is. So you guys are very much, like I mentioned, futuristic, ahead of your time, large groups of people, connecting people together and all these sorts of things. And again, like even when I pick up on the Aquarian energy as I'm doing this video, is like you guys want that. Like you guys want to be just individual, separate, futuristic, like ahead of your time, and you guys want to be acknowledged for this. And that's really what happened. So some past lives that you guys could have had is anything that's Aquarian like. So again, you guys could have been a trendsetter in a past life. You guys could have been a scientist. You guys could have been an inventor. You guys could have been all these sorts of things, anything that's unconventional. Like you guys could have been maybe like, I don't know why I'm seeing like a really like olden day lifetime, like where they used to wear like those bonnets. So like you guys could have been like the first one in your family to like, you know, stray away from the crowd and maybe not get married. Like this type of energy, it's very much rebellion. Okay, that's a huge thing that I also forgot to mention with the Aquarian energy. It's like very much rebellion, very much challenging the status quo, unconventional. This is what you guys always are, and you guys are always questioning the status quo is really what it is. So even in a past life, you guys could have done this. Like you guys are just natural born rebels is really what that is. So I'm going to wrap up my video here on the Aquarius moon. I do hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below as well, and I hope you all have a beautiful rest of the day.